During the John Mayer solo tour, we were blessed with getting a few John Mayer trio songs actually performed, like Another Kind of Green and Good Love Is on the Way. But one John Mayer trio song that we never got performed on the solo tour, which I thought would have been kind of cool, was Who Did You Think I Was? And what even makes this concept a bit more real, in my opinion, there's the Berkeley performance, of course, which is a standout.
I admit that I don't remember how the song goes, but I remember the word. I hope it's enough. No idea what the next chord is for the life. I'm not even gonna try. I want to thank you for giving me a career long enough that now allows me to forget songs so long.
But in 2010, on February 24th in Boston, John took to the stage by himself and performed Who Did You Think I Was in a complete solo-style performance. He plays the entire song for the crowd. It's just him on stage while everyone else is just either taking a break or backstage because they're not on stage at all with them. But this is a performance that I stumbled upon on YouTube that I don't think a lot of people have seen. The only two clips I have found are actually one that has 507 views and the other one has 1,300. So this might be a clip a lot of you guys actually haven't seen. But the performance is truly amazing, and just thinking if John would have done something like this during the solo tour, a little bit more electric solo stuff, it just would have been super epic. But the solo tour was great as it is, and I'm not trying to take away from it. But this is just something I wish John did a little bit more during the solo tour. But let's take a listen to this performance. Now, of course, we always have to talk about the gear when it comes to this stuff. John's obviously playing his Fender Custom Shop Prototype Monterey Stratocaster. And then in terms of the pedals, that bass tone that you were hearing, that is the Ibanez TS10. That's the pedal that John uses really from Continuum forward for the bass tone of Who Did You Think I Was? Set the TS tone lightly, roll the volume off a little bit as well, and that gets you that bass sound of Who Did You Think I Was? Now, when it comes to the solo, which we're going to listen to now, what I believe John steps on is the Pete Cornish NG2, because the solo definitely has some of those kind of crossroads tones to it. It very much sounds like that. The audio gets a little bit, not ideal by the time the solo gets turned on with the NG2, once that whole kind of starts going. But I'm pretty sure that's what John was actually using, which just makes for a really cool, kind of more fuzzy, a little bit more Hendrixy sounding solo as well for Who Did You Think I Was? Now lastly, just to touch on the amps that John was using during this time, it was the Battle Studies era, so it was Dumble Steel String Singer 002 paired with a 2-rock John Mayer signature and then a Fender Bandmaster. The jury is out whether or not that amplifier is Dumble modded or not. I tend to lean towards the theory that it was probably Dumble modded. John owns a few of those amplifiers, and he was most recently seen using one during the Sphere Dead & Company residency, a black kind of really weird looking one. I've made a whole video on that amplifier on the channel if you want to learn more about it. But that's kind of where we kind of stand in terms of theories and what we know John was using. And I've done a whole video discussing the Alexander cabinets as well and the different speakers that were in each of the different cabinets. Also on the channel, so go check that out if you want more in-depth information and discussion around that. But that was the basic amp setup. And I just thought this performance was really cool. I mean, when I saw it and stumbled upon it, I immediately got John Mayer solo tour vibes. Him just standing up there, electrically playing a trio song. I thought it was a really cool moment. And I do wish a little bit that we got a bit more electric performances like that during the solo tour. The solo tour was amazing. Again, not trying to take away from it, but some stuff like this is just really cool. And either way, I wanted to highlight what I think is a pretty relatively unknown performance that John did of a trio song. Like I've said, just by himself on stage. It's really weird, but really epic and amazing. And the tones, even though the audio is not perfect, you can still tell that the tones obviously were pretty great. And just to hear the song like that in this kind of context is pretty cool. The full video will be linked in the description down below if you guys want to go and support the original person who uploaded it. Always go and do that, by the way. That's the right thing to do. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see me cover any other performances, as always, let me know in the comments down below. I also just recently did a full hour-long discussion on John Mayer's overdrive pedal history. If you guys haven't seen that video already and want to learn more about John's gear, or just have a really kind of fun refresh on all of the overdrive pedals he's used over the years, go check that video out as well. But then until the next one, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.